All right, good morning, everybody. As you can see, we have an excavator here. Can't see much right now, but it is 6:40, and well, we're gonna put our lunch in our excavator and get everything looked at. We are on a new job site here, taking the ledge out. We have to strip the ledge first. We have not blasted yet. We are waiting on permits and stuff for the blaster on the blasting side of things. But they have some stuff in the way as well. They have on this side over here, they have that container that has to get moved. The skid steer has to get moved. That's their excavator. That has to get moved. Behind the excavator is a pile of millings that needs to get out of there. But this job so far has been a little problematic. So that's why we're filming. Because it seems to me like, I don't know if I am cursed, I just have bad luck, or what the case is, but seemingly almost every day now that I've been here, something's gone wrong. We had another bucket. We had a shank fall off. I was just pushing, like some of these stones here, these loose stones, just pushing them. They were all loose stones, and not even pulling, pushing. And the shank fell off, but that was because the bottom of the shank had less than 1/8 of an inch of steel left on it. The other side was cracked. So actually, I have pictures. I can show pictures. Let me see. We had all sorts of issues here. So that's the shank there that came off. And then I looked at the other side. You can't really see how thin the metal was on it, but it was really thin in person. Oh, there you go. So you can see it's kind of at an angle like this, but it was, the whole back of that shank was super, super thin. And then this was the other side, and you can see the other side was starting to crack. So they switched the bucket out, and then we ended up throwing a track the other day after we switched the bucket, because the adjuster was fucked up and broken. Pardon my language. But so we got the track on it, and now we're back. I have this camera on a neck, like it's kind of just a dangly little neck piece, so it should be all right when I'm in the machine. But right now, just checking it all out. Not sure if it'll dangle around. We have antifreeze is good. Our oil, let's check that. Oil seems a little bit low, I think. Ugh. I need the side that has the markings. Yes, oil is in fact low. I have oil with me. We'll add some oil. Oh, it is too early for this shit. Daylight savings is this weekend, and I cannot wait because I am sick of coming in the mornings to absolutely no sunlight. Well, let's check the hydraulics since we're here. Try not to fall down today. But I'm gonna just add the oil, check this out, get it started, warmed up a little bit. And we'll see you guys when there's sunlight. Alright, we have a little bit of daylight out now. It's nothing too crazy. It's a little overcast. It might rain out later. So this is probably almost as light as you're gonna get it. Might be a little bit lighter as the day goes on. But I walked myself over to here. There's this pile of loam that we are sitting on. We need to throw this all just back, just toss it back. As you can see over here, you can see the change in color. So there's gravel under that. This is all loam on top, and we need to get to the gravel. So this is all ledge. You can see the ledge right there. We stripped all this off. There's a very, very slim little bit of gravel on top of it, but we're gonna leave that alone for the time being, because the more you play with it, if you know ledge,
jobs. The more you play with gravel, the more you end up finding the ledge. And yes, it is good to find the ledge so that way you have a nice clean shot, but to get the driller on it and have him walking around on it and me walking around to set the mats on it and stuff, it is absurd to do that with chunks of ledge sticking out everywhere. And we follow the ledge. Like I said, we just put a skim coating of gravel on top of it. So and we were told that that's fine as long as it's gravel, it's not loam, which most of that is gravel. It looks like loam because it had been stripped off with the people that own this property. They tried doing it themselves at first, and they realized it's a big ordeal, big overtaking to do all the work themselves, and they have a bunch of other jobs. So they said, just to save time, we'll outsource it. And they did it all with a D8 and got it really close. I came back, stripped off. There was grass growing and stuff since they did it last. So we just stripped off the grass. There was a couple of, you know, stumps and sticks left. Nothing crazy. They did a pretty good job stripping it, considering they used a dozer. But we just did a little bit better of a job stripping it off. I've worked with this blasting company now for years on end, and I know what they want, what they're looking for within the blast itself, within the how to strip it, what they want. Like I want it stripped a little bit more personally, but they want it a little bit less so it's easier walking around, etc. Which is, it's fine as long as the shot can come out clean. As long as the shot doesn't have loam and sticks in it and it's just gravel, that's fine. It's going through a crushing plant that has a wash plant and stuff. It can sort out the gravel side of things, but the loam, if it comes out loomy, it's not any good. We can't really use loomy stuff. So we're trying to get the loam out, just leave the gravel. Obviously any big boulders, we'll try to get the bigger boulders out of the way. Something like that size. I'm not too worried about that size. That's right on the edge of where I'll throw it to another pile. But I'm not gonna keep throwing boulders 20 times. So what I'm gonna do is any big boulders that are in this pile I'm sitting on, when we toss it all back there and they roll down the side, we'll pick them off the side of the pile and I'll be sitting there. It'll be close enough I can just throw it once. Sorry if I'm nasally too. It's getting to be that time of year where it's like cold season. It's end of October, almost November. A couple more days it'll be November, and so it's changing of the seasons. You know, cold at night, warmer throughout the day. It's cold season. My nose, I'm feeling like there is a cold coming on, so apologize for that. But we have to obviously take this all back, and then all that's, like I said, that's what it looked like when they stripped it. So you can see, yes, they stripped it, but there's grass, there's sticks, there's that grass helped the top layer turn to loam a little bit. And I also, for my knowledge, want to know how the grade of the ledge goes. So I'll just go back up at the top there. I'm not obviously going to travel all over that rock, but we'll start right at the top here. Just rake it down very slightly. Just take the top layer off, just so I know where the where the rock is, and obviously taking things like that stump and stuff that was just hiding in there. Take that stuff off, because that can't go through a crushing plant. That'll jam up the jaw. So things like that definitely need to be taken out of. And you can see like that little area there, that's where the stump was. You can see the remnants of it there. That stuff that'll clog up cones and jaws, so we need to get rid of that. You can't, that's why honestly stripping, unless you're at a gravel site, you know, this is a ledge site, so a little different. If you're on a gravel site, yes, you can strip with the dozer, it's fine. If you're on ledge, you really shouldn't be stripping with a dozer. You should be using an excavator. But like I said, they did a halfway decent job with stripping it with the dozer for what they were given. You know, I mean, I have no complaints with them so far about how they went about trying to do it. I don't even think I mentioned it though. Like they started to do it themselves, the company that owns this property, and they have a bunch of work going on, and they're busy, and they realized this was going to be a pretty big overtaking, so, or whatever, undertaking. So they decided to let us come in. We bid it out to buy the ledge off of them, and said, yeah, if you guys want to come in and do it, go for it. We got not enough time to do it, so that's why we're here. And hopefully we just have a nice, easy, good day. Nothing goes wrong today. The blaster at some point is going to show up. I think he was telling me Thursday, and today is Thursday. He was hoping to show up and just go over the job site with me real quick, get his bearings on what the job looks like now that I've been here for a few days, and figure out time frame as far as when he can bring the drill in. I don't know if when I edit this together, if I put in the part or not, but they're still waiting on their permitting side of things. You know, we got the permits are all approved to start work on here, but the blasting permits is an added different permit, and that they take care of that, the blasting company. So they're waiting on approval on that before they can send in their machines. So we also have to obviously have this ready for them. So we're almost ready for them. Just got to strip that off. Then I'll go back over this whole hillside. I'm just going to heel in everything that's here. Maybe fill in pockets with some of this gravel. I'll strip this gravel off. Give them little the pocket areas where it's a little uneven and they need to climb over ledge and stuff, or like right there to climb up that ledge. You know, we'll put a little gravel in the front of it so it's not loam that's going down. That's pretty much it. There's really not a whole lot to say about when it comes to ledge and stripping and things like that. It's self-explanatory kind of job. This one is just time consuming because I say we, it's just me here right now. I have to throw it behind me, move back, throw it behind me, move back. So it is a time-consuming effort to get this job, you know, ready for the blaster, stripped off. But if this is all they want to give me, is just an excavator, that's fine. But just know it's going to take a little bit of time to do so. Instead of coming here with like an end dump, we could have easily brought an end dump right up there. That was a full road that the dozer made, nice road. So that'll be a good road for the blaster and myself to walk up and down. You know, and timing wise it'll work out good, I think, this time around, because normally on the past jobs we've been on, it's always frantic for time. There's trucks coming in, they're drilling, they're blasting, I have to reset mats, pick out the shot, and it's always you're under the gun, go 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 mentality, which is typically fine. But I'd like to work a little bit more patiently, I guess. I don't know, just so I know things aren't rushed, I'm not flustered, I'm not in here swearing up a storm to myself. I mean, there's only been a few days where it's been that bad, but it is nice to work at a decent pace, not an extreme fast, stupid pace. So I think this will work out good the way it's going now. By the time I get this job site done and prepped good enough to where the blaster is very happy with the job, the way it looks and everything, I'm happy with the stripping part of it, and we get everything organized. I think then at that point we'll have the mats coming in, and I can take the mats, we'll set them off the truck right there. They come in usually 3 at a time on a low bed, so we can dump 3 of them off right there in the beginning, and then I can just walk them up here real quick, like keep them, you know, right along there. I just got to figure out where exactly the driller is going to start, so I can just set them behind me, spin around, put them on when they are ready to shoot. All right, I'm back. Not a whole lot happened here. We moved the pile back quite a little bit. So much freaking loam here to have to move. As you can see, we started out there chasing the gravel. You can see the differences in color, and gotta have my Dunkin' Donuts here. I'm gonna come back to this because this is something, moving this back, I can do either A, later in the rain. I don't want to be on the ledge in the rain, or I can do it when they start drilling. I just want to get the rest of the stripping all done, and then I want to get the where I did already strip off, I want to get that like healed in and taken care of, just so it's really good and they can start drilling. So I'm gonna go up here, we're gonna pull this last section back, just expose this whole area, and then I can scratch where I'm tracking on now, scratch this stuff up towards that hill. But I gotta strip this off first, so I figured since we're moving, I might as well throw the camera back on again. Just explain kind of what I'm doing, why I'm doing what I'm doing. But it did rain out for a hair there while I had the camera off. Wasn't terrible, but this here is nothing. It's just sitting on the surface. Okay. But this section, oh, the top section I should say, is going to be a little tricky. That's where ledge is just completely sticking up. Looks kind of like it's drizzling again, but it's coming off of the side. So this is you can't have this stuff as your base for the driller to walk around. This is obviously got the sticks and loam in it. It's close to the base, obviously, because of the ledges right there. But we need to definitely strip a little off and play with it. I'm not going to touch this just yet, because this is going to need pockets of gravel. And instead of using pockets of gravel, I'll probably use pockets of blasted ledge. Seeing as how it is stripped off pretty decently right there. You can already see I'm scratching top of ledge right there. So all I do is just take it, and you want to do little by little when you're stripping. Less is more, because if you come across, you end up hitting a little nub of ledge sticking out. It's easier to fill in that, like that little piece there, with little tidbits of gravel or whatever, instead of trying to pull it out. But I mean, it's, if you've worked in ledge, you know what I'm talking about. It's very bouncy and tippy right here. I'm sitting on a little piece of ledge, which is not good for the undercarriage, but I'm going to be moving in a second. So we'll try to get the stuff here. This looks like it was a stump, or it's just a piece of grass. Just try to get like the bigger, nastier stuff off. Little pieces, you know, you don't have to worry too much about, because we have a guy that picks on the belt on the wash plant. So All right, we're back. So a couple things since I last shut this off. We had the driller guy came here and looked over the job real quick. He just said, you know, looks good. So had the same kind of idea that I had, other than he did inform me on a couple of other little things, information that kind of I needed, but nothing that's going to change what's going on or anything. The only thing he really told me is the first few shots that they're going to do, in my eyes, I was told from my boss, they're making a windrow in, and then we're going to do long shots here. That's not the case. We're going to do a few shots. He's going to start in the back here, like so, somewhere around here we'll start. He's going to pop this and then pop the back of it, pop this, pop the back of it, work our way down. They're going to be longer shots. Longer we get, the better. I think we'll probably do it in 2 runs, so split this in half, do half and then that half. I think. I don't know if we'll have enough mats to do that. We're going to try to single mat it instead of double matting it, depending upon how it goes, because there's nothing really in the way out here. But we're going to get probably up that hill, and then we're going to change the direction of the shot going this way. So we'll be doing a lot of shots this way first, which is fine. We're going to get it all the way out to the road. And we were just, you know, shooting the shit after that for real quick. But I got this all stripped down over here, so this looks pretty good. It's all down to, you know, gravelly stuff. I did notice here at the bottom there's 2 grade stakes, and this one in the front, I can't read it anymore. It's wicked weathered, but it has a final grade. The other side has a final grade as well. I can see that. And this one, I can't tell if it says fill or cut or whatever, but there's like a little mark on it. That one though, the final grade is, you can kind of see the blue. If I move, let me move this little twig out of the way. You can see that little bit of blue, maybe. I don't know if you can see it or not, but it's pretty close right to the gravel right there that it's on, and that was final grade. So I don't think we have to do any more down the hill here or anything at all. And if that's kind of final grade, then I just need to pull the loom back a little bit more. So we're pretty much where the big stones are ending. That's kind of close to final grade, so we can just work up from there. We don't have to worry about this little nub. I mean, maybe this little nub we should hit just to hit it, but now all I really have to do, it's late in the day, it's 1 o'clock. We usually work till 3 here. This time of year we try not to go into the overtime too much. Excuse me, I'm getting heartburn here. So I'm just gonna, for the remainder of the day, I'm gonna pile this loam back more, just so I know it's completely out of the way, not gonna get contaminated. We can walk around if I have to get around the back side of it or whatever. Tomorrow, and then I'll pull these stumps down to the loom too. Tomorrow I'm gonna start where I was just sitting, and I'm gonna pull all of this. This is like all just gonna be used as fill. Most of it is pretty close to the ledge, so if I were to scratch my bucket, I'll probably hit some ledge, you know. So I can't scratch too much, but we're gonna scratch this up the hill and heel it in as we're scratching it, and hopefully I have enough to fill in this this chunk of ledge here so he can get up it. And I gotta find some fill to fill in that front piece a little bit, and we'll just work on healing everything in, making it look you know, pretty close to being ready. And then the rest of it, I kind of just have to wait on the people that own this to move their stuff out of the way, so I can get the face over there. I can get, if they move that container, they move that stuff, I can just fix the face. Most of that face is all exposed as is. The rain came and exposed it, so I don't have to worry too much. And then I can probably I don't know what he wants to do with these millings, but I could just move the millings back a hair, you know, if need be. The big pile of rocks out front, what I'm gonna do, the driller told me this section here he wants to like kind of just, you know, flatten it out, getting it somewhat decent so they can put the drill out here and get their pump truck out to this side. Like right here is all fine, the pump truck can easily drive on that, but I'll just scratch some of that material out there, put a little ramp in, and that'll be all right. I'll probably take those stones, once I make that ramp, make it easily accessible or whatever. I don't want to, because it's a lot of tracking the machine, but I don't want to just take, and I don't have the room really to take those big stones and just toss them to the side. There's not too much room. So what I would like to do is take the stones and bring them out here, because out here it's flat, there's room, we don't have to really blast too much right here. So that's kind of my thought process as of right now. All right, well, day is almost over. I got a half hour left. I kind of stopped moving the loom back. I got to a spot there and I was digging really deep all of a sudden to get to it. So I figured, you know what, it's out of the way enough anyhow for the time being. So that's fine, we can stop with that. But I just, out of curiosity, I crawled down and I just wanted to see how much fill, how much gravel is before I hit ledge. And this ledge is really soft. It's like almost peeling apart. So that's good for what we like. It's good and not good. It's good because it makes the glass go off easier, but as long as it'll pass the spec, then I don't care. It can be that soft, but I am down probably about, I don't know, I'd say at least 3 feet in the back here. Like that's all the ledge there. So I'm down quite a bit, and it's purple ledge, which is different. Very hard to find purple ledge still in this area. At least this side is. So that's kind of cool. But that's a lot of fill. All of this is probably the same. That is a lot of fill. So we're gonna have a mountain of fill here. I don't know what my boss is gonna think about that. He'll probably be happy, because this is stuff that we can run through our wash plant as is. Actually, let me go and take a look at it real quick. Let's go take a gander. Ugh. And see a good tell. Oh yeah, I can already tell that's good. Well, somewhat good. A good telltale sign. It's pretty bony. That's good that it's bony. But if you can take the stuff, crunch it in your hand, and it stays in one piece, there's too much clay in it. But where that one kind of fell apart, that means there's a lot of sand in it. But there's still, and I know it's mixed in with some of the topsoil still, so it doesn't completely stay together, which means there's not a whole lot of silt in it, not a whole lot of clay. But as you can see, we got that purple stone, purple ledge. But that is down quite a ways, which is weird too, because the ledge showing over here isn't any bit purple. And let me climb back in the cab here. It is starting to mist out again. I mean, that kind of puts a, I don't know, a little bit of a damper on my parade, because I thought I for sure was following ledge coming down this hill. I was hitting little pockets where I'd hit a big rock, and it must just be big fucking rocks. I mean, it definitely has to go up because there's ledge up there. It has to go up the hill. So I just got to find kind of where, in fact, it goes up. But you know, like right here, like I was scratching at stones, and they're just like cap rock stones. So now I need to find a spot where I'm gonna rake all this off and find a spot where I can put all this freaking this gravel. I mean, it's a lot of nice gravel here, but like I thought, I'm just gonna dig a hole here, see what we have here. It's not that bad a material. How far down? See, this is why I thought it was ledge. I'm just bouncing off of it. Usually when you start bouncing off of stuff like that, that's when you're at the point of ledge. But I was a little mistaken on this one. I think that's ledge. Okay, so alright, I am a little bit on track over here, so I'll put that back. I'm gonna need that, I think. Well, he's not gonna want to drill through that much sand. Let's just follow this vein for a second and see how high up it does come. And okay, so you can do two things. We can make a pile of the dirt, or they can just leave it and mix it in. I'm gonna have to send my boss some pictures of this and see what he thinks, if we should just leave it alone and blast it, because it's all gonna go to the same place anyways. But it's just a matter of, do they want more sand at that time or more stone at that time? If you're running a plant, you kind of know. I've run a wash plant before, and if you're getting low on stone, you want material that's more stony. This, when it blasts, it'll all be mixed together really well, and it'll make for a good material. But it's just kind of it's gonna be a lot of work to get it the way I thought it was gonna be, because I thought this is a weird vein, the way it was going. I don't know. I'm gonna have to call my boss and talk to him and find out what he's thinking on this. Just scratch this off so I can show him pictures around the site, kinda. He can have a better idea. I could just send him my friggin' SD card here, have him look at it. But it's probably about, I don't know, I would say, I think those side cutters are a foot, maybe a foot and a half tall. Yeah, I'd say they're just over a foot and a couple inches. So there's probably, those side cutters are probably 2.5 feet, give or take, maybe 3. And we are up to the top of the side cutter, so there's probably 3 feet of gravel on it. They're not going to want to try to drill through 3 feet of gravel. The thing is, it breaks apart really easy. That purple stone does break apart really easily. That's definitely ledge that I'm hitting, but then it just dives right here. Completely. Oh, God. I don't want to peel apart too much, because that's when it'll break shanks, but okay. And we're at the ledge right here, so somewhere right here was ledge. I'm scratching at it. But I think, I know I'm gonna need it to climb up that. That's for shit sure. I think I can just take this this hillside here. I can blow all of this against that so he can walk up on it and stuff. And then I'll take the stuff that's behind me, fill in around the ledge here wherever it need be. Because I'm definitely hitting stuff up that hill. This has to go, whoop, like has to, I don't want to strip it all off, because if you strip it all off, then you have problems later. And you have issues and you can't walk on it great and whatever. So it'd be nice if there was like a device, like a sonar reader, that you could just walk around and tell you where shit is without, see, I'm peeling apart. This is why I thought this was ledge. It's not really ledge, it's just giant fucking boulders. Because I bet you I can keep digging under this. I can keep digging way under that. So I stopped stripping it because I thought I was hitting stuff like that, and I thought it was all the top of ledge. But you can see I can still stay digging underneath that. Well, that's probably the ledge right there. I'm just peeling it apart at this point. Let's see. Let me see. Yeah, that's the top of the ledge right there. So the top of the ledge, same thing. It's like 3 feet. It's got to shoot up quite a bit. Let's go venture up that hill and go find out. I'm just gonna dig little test holes here, there, and everywhere, so I kind of have a lay of the land underneath me. Since I don't have no sonar, oh, I got a phone call. I don't know your number, so I don't answer. I don't answer numbers I don't know. Up this hill, make sure there wasn't anyone looking for me. Nope, no one's over by my truck. Let's see, I'm pretty sure right here this is ledge. Oh, no, that's just a rock. Okay. I didn't touch that one yet. But if let me just dig a hole right here. See, I'm just scratching at hard stuff, and I think, I always said it 1,000 times already, I think that the hard stuff's the red ledge, but it's really not. This is just ready to use gravel. That's the ledge right there. Okay, so it comes up quite a bit over here. But you are going to get a lot of pockets of rocks. If I keep stripping this off, I'm going to get a bunch of pockets of stuff. I know it comes up because it's all in front of me exposed up here. So it's almost like, just don't touch it, blast it the way it is. Oh well, they have to deal with drilling through 2-3 feet of it. We can strip the bottom stuff off. But I'm pretty sure, like up here, I was touching it. I mean, I know that's gonna be it there. Let me spin around and dig myself around this way. Just so I can see where it comes up. Alright, so it's right here. Oh, I'm bouncing all around. I'm pretty sure that was the ledge. Yeah, that's the ledge. Okay, so I would say we can leave this. This is going to be right here. I'll leave these alone just for my knowledge, just so I know where where stuff is. But this is gonna fucking break apart so easy and hammer so easy. If that's breaking apart with just a regular general purpose bucket, that stuff's gonna obliterate the smithereens. So that's good. Like I said, tomorrow it's gonna probably take me 2 days, because this is it's gonna be a lot of movement of dirt. But I'll leave this hillside alone. Alright, we'll leave this the way it is. We'll just heel it in, because that's only like 2 feet of dirt, and I know that's a lot for them to drill through, but honestly it's a lot of dirt for us to move. So I can probably start from like here. I do know that was exposed over there though. I don't want to go too much, but alright, so I'll start here tomorrow, and I'll cut that into that hill. I'll cut that into that hill, and then I can start from here and kind of, I don't know, I guess strip myself back. That's gonna be a lot of dirt to be stripped back, but then I gotta get it over there. Let me dig an area over here and see how it looks over here. I'm pulling the machine down the hill. So this is pretty much ledge right here. It just breaks apart so easy, so it's confusing. I've never been on a job where ledge breaks apart this easy. That's insanity. Okay, so we're just gonna leave that. So basically some point right here is where it's diving down a little. So we can take this from here on over, put that over there, shape this down, and we'll just play with it tomorrow, I guess. I mean, I have a little bit of time right now. I'm not gonna stop right now. I just wanted to play investigator for a minute, because I don't want to just start doing things and it being a problem. You have to always investigate before you go tearing apart hillsides. Don't want to make my life harder, so. I'm going to come over here and I'll start by just tucking this stuff. Oh, I'm going to, actually right now, before I do anything, I'm going to get rid of these stumps. Across the way. That's I don't know if that's a disappointment or an advantage right now. I think it's a good thing for me, but in the long run for the plant, I don't know if it'll be good or not. Soft rock like that, I hope it passes spec. I don't know, we'll find out. But I'm gonna grab a couple of these stumps. That's a little strange how gravel turned to that. I thought for sure it would have been a lot better than what it is. A lot higher. Tuck these right up against that loam pile. Fuck it. It's a good enough spot as any, right? Alright, I'm just gonna get rid of these loam piles. Stumps. And then I'll park the machine. I gotta shovel the tracks off. And I'm gonna grease it tonight. I don't feel like doing it in the morning. There's a chance of rain in the morning. So, always watch your weather. that's it for today, guys. I'll see you in the next one.